Morning all, my name is Jilt van Schayik and I welcome you to the Global Festival of Ideas for Sustainable Development. This is the live stage. Over the coming 3 days we will be interviewing people from all walks of life, policymakers, youth advocates and of course also high-level guests. Good morning.
Good morning.
Next to me the Lord Mayor of the city of Bonn. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And actually my first question is, what is your impression so far? You just arrived. What is your feeling about the festival?
Well, I've just been to the plenary and I was really overwhelmed that so many people are already here because it's quite early in the morning and we celebrated Carnival till yesterday evening. So it's amazing and I do really appreciate that the Global Festival of Ideas is here in Bonn because we do have many stakeholders over here with the United Nations and also the NGOs, 150 NGOs located here in Bonn. And I think it's a very good thing to work for sustainability over here.
Okay. And what are your expectations of the festival?
I hope that really very, very many new ideas will come up here at the conference in the next 3 days. And I really think that we have to network more. We have to do more networking and to exchange our ideas. We have to talk about our ideas. Maybe we do have ideas other cities do not have. And that's why we have to communicate.
Talking about ideas, talking about cities, how do you see the role of cities as actor for change for the SDGs?
Well, we do have, of course, SDG 11, but not only SDG 11. All 17 SDGs are very important for the cities. Maybe housing, maybe education. The cities are the places where many people live, and that's why it's very important that cities, that municipalities, that they consider what can we do to promote the SDGs and to get there where we want to be in 2030.
Okay, and do you cooperate with other cities internationally or within Germany?
We cooperate with other cities international, and we are doing this for many years now. And for example, with La Paz, with Ulaanbaatar, many cities worldwide, and we are cooperating on different issues.
Can you give an example of an issue that you're currently debating with your colleagues in Madrid, New York, or Johannesburg?
Well, we've been just in December. We've been to Rome and discussed the matters of the refugees here in Europe, and we are hosting many refugees over here in Bonn, but not as many as, for example, in Southern Europe. And I think this is a big matter, and we can really exchange ideas, and we can consider how to help those people that they don't have to leave their home country or their hometowns and go abroad to have a better living.
Okay, and being here in Bonn, seeing many unique things, a lot of things are happening here. Is there one thing that you would share as a best practice that you would say, like, this could other cities internationally or within Germany could learn from us?
Well, I think we are very open-minded and we do have a really very, very good network over here. And I think other cities could also establish networks within their communities, and we should attend conferences like this conference, Global Festival of Ideas, and there are other conferences, Resilient Cities, for example, the Habitat Conference, and we should go there as representatives of cities to learn from each other.
So we talked about cities on a global level, we talked about what's happening here in Bonn. What's happening on the individual level? What are you doing yourself to make the SDGs a reality?
I'm doing myself, I'm driving an electric car, for example. I try to eat not so much meat. I try to do shopping by walking. I try to use, or my family tries to use, as much public transport as possible. And so there are certain things. I'm first vice president of ICLE. ICLE is a global network of cities. And I try to also, on my job, think about not only think about sustainability, but live sustainability concerning, for example, mobility, electric driving, electric bicycles for the employees of the city of Bonn, and other things.
Around the world, we have many young people watching as well. What would be your single advice to them? How can they become advocates for change?
Well, the young people especially, they can, we do have climate ambassadors, for example. It's in primary school, we just teach children how to live sustainable. And, switch the light off. Don't use too much water. Don't eat too much meat. Just use public transport or bicycles to go from home to school and back, or to visit friends. So there are really many things also young people can do to make the world more sustainable.
I think that's a good way to end. There are many ways young people can do to make the world more sustainable. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.